This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and can even edit your podcast. That's all right here at Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan, and you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com. That's mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com. Well, welcome. I'm Kelly Stevens with the Northern Macomb Regional Chamber, and we're here today to explore the stories and strategies behind thriving local businesses. Today, I'm joined by Steve Balsam from L&L Products. He's a board member. I'm joined by Donna All from North End Tax and Accounting. She is also a board member. And then Renee Smith from Title Partners. And she is an ambassador and has been the chair of the Tuesday TNT for many years. They won't let you out.
No, I don't. I think I actually will have to physically leave to get.
So Steve's going to start us off with some interview questions about the benefits of chambership.
Yeah, well, let's start out. So first of all, I'd like to ask both of you as members, please tell me just a little bit about your business and how long you've been in business and maybe when you joined the chamber. So Donna, go ahead.
All right. I own North End Tax and Accounting Service in the village of Romeo. I've been a chamber member since Shamu was a minnow, I think, 2002, back when we were at the Brab House, actually. I don't. You want to know?
How long have you been in business? The same amount?
25 years, almost 25 years.
Right.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, and Renee?
I work for Title Partners. I have been in the title industry for 15 years now or so. I don't know. It's so exciting. I can't keep track of the time. But I have been a chamber member for 9 years now. I think that's, yeah, and I started out within the TNT group actually is what got me motivated to become a chamber member. So I guess I kind of did it a little opposite of normally you go become a member of the chamber and then you explore the TNT groups, and I kind of went backward.
I do remember you coming in and saying, I've done this backward.
Yes, I went and found the group and then decided I needed to be part of the chamber.
Well, stepping right back then, so, that probably was something that really motivated you to become a member, join the member. Anything else, thinking back in that time, Renee, why you joined the chamber?
Oh, sure. I mean, just for exposure, I guess at that point is what it started at, and it's kind of grown to a lot more than just exposure is kind of the secondary that comes along with it. The connections that you make throughout these years, I would say quite a few years, have been immeasurable. I mean, just in various parts of your life, not even just business, but personal aspects too. You find I've made lifelong friends that I would have never met had it not been the chamber. For the chamber, a lot of businesses that I didn't even know existed in the area that I'm still finding out. There's new businesses that are that we do or just did a guest day with our local or with our network group on Tuesdays, and found a couple businesses that I didn't even know were here right in the downtown area. So,
and Donna, stepping back in time, what really motivated you when you were thinking about joining the chamber? What comes to mind?
Well, it was a new business, and I've known Kelly for a long time, but I might have done it backwards back then too. We might have joined the TNT group. I don't know if that was 25 years ago, but the referrals have been amazing. And like Renee said, meeting other people that are businesses that you didn't even know existed. I do mainly individual tax returns, so not necessarily corporate work, but individual returns come from those corporate people and the referrals. So, and then going to the different events that the chamber has all the time, you meet new people at those events. So yeah, the referral source has been amazing. That's what's grown my business in all these years. So
Okay, let's get specific. Can you think of both of you, a specific story or some sort of person you've met or connection you made at an event during a chamber event. Could you think about that maybe and share with us that, Renee?
Well, one of the events we were speaking of, the reverse raffle, I did win with a virtual when we did the virtual reverse raffle, one of those. And I had no idea what that was or what it would have been had I not been part of the chamber. I would have had not even a clue. And lo and behold, I won $500. So now I know what it is.
$500.
$500.
Yeah.
And I'll do it again. I mean, I'll
Where's Kate?
definitely
We're thinking
would do-
about
right.
it. She'll be up late.
She'll be up in a minute. But yes, and she was the one that was hosting the event that year for our virtual event. But yeah, definitely. And I mean, there's just so many other events that you can attend. There's a little bit for everybody, which is kind of nice because it's not just one event a year. It's not just the golf outing that the chamber has. There are a ton of events to explore. So I encourage people to at least get out and try the events if you're a chamber member. Go to as many of them as you can, and you just never know who you'll meet. Because not everybody can go to all of the events, so there's always different people that are showing up that you might have never met before that you'll have the opportunity to meet that you wouldn't have otherwise.
And Donna, a specific story you might want to share?
Well, the one time when I became member of the month and was totally surprised by that, and your banner goes up in front of your business, and that brought in a lot more business too. And I think, like you said, going to these different events and seeing these different people, how can I say this? The word gets out. You don't have to be at every single event, but the more you're at, the exposure is amazing. You get to remember people that you saw. So the more events you go to, the more people remember you. And if you're trying to grow your business, that is definitely the way to go. Just show up as much as you can. You don't even necessarily need to be a part of that event. Just show up at the event. So,
And happen to pull off a big surprise for you as the 2024 Lifetime Achievement winner.
Yeah, that's a story.
that was a story. Oh, yeah, look at me forgetting that one even. I wanted to forget that one. But
She even served on the committee.
I did. I was blown away and totally surprised. It was a great surprise for me and my family. So.
Yeah. Okay, thinking, you talked a lot about connections, both of you. You talked a lot about events. Sometimes, business environments change, economies change. How has the chamber been around for you in most recent years with some of the challenges we've had come across?
I can say,
Go ahead,
well,
Jeff.
for me, I can say it's given me a couple different outlets of finding different clients to work with. I being on the title side of things, and if people don't understand what title is,
Yeah, why don't you explain a little
it's
bit? Yeah,
basically so we protect the largest interest that most people purchase in their lifetime, the interest in their home. So that's making sure that all liens are, to put it in a nutshell for layman's purposes, make sure all liens are cleared on title when you purchase home, refinance a home, or sell a home. In Michigan, we are a title state, so you're required to have something called title insurance, and that's what we do. We provide the title insurance for homeowners, the people that are selling the property, to give an owner's policy to the new buyers, and then for a buyer who is taking out a mortgage, the lender requires what's called a lender's policy. So we provide both of those services. We work with our main clientele would be real estate agents and lenders, but also attorneys as well. We help out for sale by owner clients. So there's a large amount of people besides just those realtors and lenders that we do have the opportunity to work with. But most people don't know you have the right to choose your own title company, just like you can auto insurance, just like you can homeowners insurance. So being able to spread the word about that a little bit. There's things within title that are state mandated. Your title premiums are state mandated. So those don't change depending upon the company you work with. But the costs that they can charge certainly change, and the type of service that you receive can vary. So that's for me was most important, to be able to kind of get the exposure to not just my real estate community, but to other people in the community as well.
Okay. And Donna, any challenges that the
Well,
chamber's helped you out in the last few years?
Um, well, the chamber's always referring people and vice versa when I'm meeting with new clients, if they have any kind of a small business going on, because I don't do the big corporate returns, but small businesses we do. And the first thing I do is hand them a information packet from the chamber and refer them to the chamber. And COVID happened. It didn't seem to affect our business as much because it seemed like it happened in March, which is kind of the tail end of tax season. But so we did have people dropping stuff off. We didn't get to meet with them personally like before, but yeah, the chamber has been instrumental in growing my business over the last 25 years. So I highly recommend it to everyone. So
Okay, yeah, kind of on that note, if a new business owner was to come in today and they were thinking, maybe concerned or on the fence whether they should join the chamber, what would you say to someone like that?
well, even before they even mention, I'm the one that mentions the chamber to them, that if you really want this business to take off, my suggestion is go up the street and give them the brochure, talk to Kelly, and become a chamber member. Join one of the TNT groups. Again, I was in a TNT group for probably 20 years. And join a TNT group because there's a huge referral source within those. And I think we might have 5 now, 5 TNT groups. So half the time before we even talk taxes, I'm encouraging them to join the chamber to grow their businesses.
And
Yeah,
Renee?
same pretty much. But yeah, just to try and, I guess, explain, it's very difficult to explain if nobody's been part of a chamber, or I do find sometimes they don't understand if they've been part of a larger chamber and but they want to get more business within their own community. I usually encourage come to an event, at least start there, see the exposure that you can get there, and then anybody that you are talking to at the TNT groups, those are an extension of your business. I mean, it's what better way to be able to advertise yourself with, I think we have like 17 people in our group now. So what better way to be able to advertise your business with having 17 other people out there spreading the word about your business, and you're not paying them to do it. They're doing it because they know you, they trust you, they like you, and they've gotten to know you already. So why not, be able to share it that way? It's kind of like the old school social media, because as we know, I mean, social media is a great place for things, but it has its place for things, right?
Sure.
You can't just look on social media and just pick somebody out of the air like you would a phone book. I mean, I guess you could, that you just don't know what you're going to get. So a little better when you can have that personal connection.
And why don't you share, Kelly, with us the areas that the
Chamber covers?
covers? Yeah.
We cover Romeo, Washington, Armada, Ray, Bruce, the city of Richmond, and Lenox.
Yeah. So that kind of wraps up this part of the questionnaire section, and then we're going to talk a little bit more in the next section about the actual
Workings of the office?
The workings of the office.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Katie Marsh with Story Point Senior Living. I've been on the chamber board for 9 years now, and I'm actually in the Tuesday TNT. Go Tuesday. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the inner workings of the chamber. So Kelly, for those unfamiliar, what is the mission of your Chamber of Commerce?
So the Chamber's mission is to promote, educate, and assist in the growth and success of the business community. I've only been typing that for about 21 years, so I should know that.
You know that mission statement. And what types of businesses typically benefit the most from membership?
Everybody that joins gets some benefit. Like the larger corporations, that's your community involvement. The mid-size is where we count on most of our sponsorships. And then the small businesses really join for that networking opportunity. So all of them get something out of it.
And there's what do we call that? There's nonprofits. There's also medical and hospitals that are joining.
Yeah.
All kinds, from industry to small business, a variety of people join.
And they all get a little bit of benefit. You know, the large corporations are not attending our networking groups. I mean, they're there for community support. So we're appreciative of that member. We're appreciative of all the memberships, but everybody has their place.
Right, absolutely. Can you walk us through some of the key programs or services you offer to members?
You know, we offer workshops. We've done the Facebook workshop. We've done the Canva workshop. We just offered the membership a free AI training that will be happening this Thursday at 1 o'clock. We also offered the opportunity to join these networking groups. That's where you're getting your voice out to what you are doing with your business. And just the events we host, every little thing we do offers something to the chamber membership.
Right.
And then how does the membership, how does the chamber advocate for the local businesses at the city, state, or national level?
Yeah, well, the board of directors attends, there's various municipality, township meetings that we would attend. We would share what's going on in the chamber. And at the same time, we bring back some of the key points from those meetings back to the board. If it affects us or our membership, we can discuss. We also have state of the community events that locally in Richmond and in Romeo, Washington. We've had a couple a year that we bring representatives from the various groups to speak on their agendas and topics open for discussion and questions. And we found that very beneficial to bring them all together as they're all part of our community. And lastly, we are affiliated with the Northern Macomb Foundation, which is an extension of us, and that helps education and workforce development. So,
Awesome. What role does the chamber play in fostering economic development in the community?
Well, clearly, as you guys talked about earlier, promotion, networking, clearly, member mixing events, all kinds of events, showcases and businesses, spotlights, various things that highlight the successes in our community, the successes of business, the successes of people working together.
Nice. How do you measure the success or impact of the chamber's initiatives?
Well, that's a great question. We've been working hard on that. We put a strategic plan in a few years back with several of the key visionary members that we put together, and we created 3 pillars: communication, growth, and engagement. And each one of these pillars has a small group of board members that meets regularly, and they talk about metrics of how we can best communicate. How are we effectively doing it? What needs to change? What are our goals? Engagement, how are we going to grow our membership? What are things that we're offering? Engagement, what kind of things are we going to bring people together with? What has worked, what hasn't? So we talk about this at our board meetings. Each pillar has to report out on the progress.
What are some upcoming events or initiatives that members should be excited about?
The upcoming events that we're looking at in June, we have our Collaborate and Caffeinate, which will be happening on June 18th at downtown Romeo MJC Marketplace. That's a great opportunity. Last time we did it in Richmond, we had people join us that weren't even members, and they ended up joining that very day. So if you want to come check us out, that's a great opportunity. It's at 8 o'clock, and again at MJC Marketplace. And we run those every other month. Then the next, we're working on the 13th annual Night Under the Stars, which will be June 20th at the Douglas House from 6 to 9 p.m. Both of these events you can find on the Chamber's calendar, and we look forward to having you.
Awesome. And what I'm hearing when Donna was here and Renee was here and what we just spoke about, it really goes into what you put into the chamber is what you're going to get out. So coming to all the events, taking all those different free resources that the chamber brings can really help grow your business. And it's a lot of value when you're joining, especially a small local chamber right here in Romeo.
I'm glad you brought that up, Katie, because often people will join the chamber, they don't come to anything, and they didn't see a value in it. So it's kind of what you put in, you get back out, and you get back out tenfolds, I believe.
You told me that 9 years ago, and look where I'm here now. All the resources, and like you said earlier, it's who you know.
Yeah.
It might not even be for your business; it's for your own personal life, and it really helps out because you never know with scam on the rise. You always want to trust those people you're working with. So it's amazing.
Yeah, even me. I mean, I've been able to. Katie's helped me out tremendously with some things personally that I needed to try and get donated from my grandma that passed away, and I didn't know where to go or where to do some of these or find some of these places, and she's been an amazing resource for that. That has nothing to do with my business; it's personal, but I wouldn't have known who to reach out to for that had I not met her.
And vice versa.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
So.
And I will say, the three of you sitting at the table, I can tell when somebody comes in. And to Katie's point, I will say it's what you put in is what you're going to get out. And all three of you I knew would be successful.
Well, thanks, here.
Thank you.
Go Chamber!
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Katie, Renee, Donna, she's around the corner, and Steve for joining us today on the Northern Macomb Regional's podcast. I hope you find this beneficial.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and can even edit your podcast. That's all right here at Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan, and you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com. That's mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com.